Hello guys, Bobby1 here, and today we're going for the Miami Grand Prix. The Miami Grand Prix first debuted in 2022, where the race was quite boring in itself. In 2023, this year, the race was, well, meh, or some people will say that it was boring, while other people say it was alright. I am one of the people who say it was alright, but in the game I really hate this track. I can't stand driving Miami. It is not only one of my worst tracks, but one of the tracks that I hate the layout the most. It just don't make any sense to me. I don't know why, but I don't like it. So now going into qualifying, or Q1, we're going to load a setup that I think will be quite good, maybe a bit bad on the rears. Sorry if you heard a motorbike outside my house. But now going on to our first lap. Our first lap is going to be 1:29.9, setting us in P6. Now going in for a second one in Q1. This is our final lap in Q1. We improved by 8 tenths, and this sets us in P8. So that means we are through into Q2, and let's see where our teammate is. If he made it into Q2, no, he did not. Enzo didn't make it into Q2. He's 21st, ahead of Nick De Vries, a place which is quite a bit in 21st. But now this is our first lap time in Q2. I am on the medium set of tires and we spin around. This setup is, as I said, I think a bit fast, but also a bit wary on the rear tires, and the reason is it's because it is a bit unstable. Maybe that's why I don't like the tracks, maybe because I run a bit unstable setup around here. But going in for our first lap time, don't look at the improvement, because a third to second improvement is not real. But now going in for our second actual lap time, we improved by 9 tenths, and this is going to put us in P9. So we get through into the Q3, into Q3 and into the top 10 shootout. With us is also Ocon, Gasly, Russell, Stroll, Perez, Verstappen, and I couldn't see the other people, but Hamilton has actually qualified on pole, and the two Ferraris are 2-3. So provisional pole, sorry. Going now into Q3, we have an invalid lap time. Now going for our first proper lap time. We couldn't finish this lap either because we ran out of fuel, and this would have been a good penalty in real life, or maybe even disqualification from qualifying. But we improved by 8 tenths in our proper lap time, and we go into 6th place. So that means we are starting in 6th place right now. But the guy who has qualified on pole is, I forgot to remove that, but the guy who qualified on pole is Charles Leclerc. Who else would it be? Behind him is Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen. Then it is us who lead: Perez, Ocon, Gasly, and Stroll into the Aston Martin, running out the top 10. Right in the middle, P6. Max Verstappen is in the Red Bull in P5. Maybe could have made a move, but let's go now to the race.
Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Verstappen, the owner driver, Perez, Ocon, Gasly, Magnussen, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Norris, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Hulkenberg, Joe, Tsunoda, Sargent, Stroll, Fittipaldi, and Nick de Vries. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, so this is going to be quite a bit of weird strategy for us because the tires are quite rarely in this track. Not like Azerbaijan, because Azerbaijan was quite a different level of weary. It's a good idea some practice, because if I hadn't done some practice to change the setup so it wasn't, so the rear tires didn't have that much wear, then it would have been a real bad race. But now this is Miami, and now forming up for the race start when we got our tires, and going into the grid slot, everything is fine, no one has spun out like we do. But now, as I said, going into our grid box, hopefully we'll get a purple 0.2 around, and we get a 0.1. Waiting for the whole grid to line up, as the guy on the left is quite steady, waving at the green flag. You see, only his arm is moving, nothing else. But anyone who's lined up on the grid, the game has saved. The 5-lane drives have popped up on my screen, and we are out for the Miami Grand Prix first out of 29 laps, and we get a magnificent start. We overtake Russell and Perez, Russell and Verstappen on the first corner, in the first corner. Now we are in third place, podium position, but you wanna be like that for much, because Max Verstappen will overtake us at one point in the race. He's in a much faster car. Same goes for Russell, but not in that much faster car. The Mercedes are faster than us, but not as fast as the Red Bulls. But Verstappen is now right behind us. We'll try to defend for at least a bit amounts of time. Maybe he'll slow down, he'll get some mechanical failure or something like that. But Verstappen is behind us. He'll try to go for a move into turn number something, I don't know what it is. But going now into the next corner out of 2, we make some contact, and we're now still battling as we're going into the chicane. We will come out in front, and we are in 4th place. No, yes, now we're in 4th place, as Verstappen overtook us into the same corner that he tried to make a move. So lap number 2 it is. We're now in 4th place. Now going into lap number 3, we make a correction, and Russell overtakes us. Didn't lose that much time as I thought, but still lost a bit of time. But now we have DRS, and we try to make a move on him once again, because I think we can fight Russell. And now going into the turn, we have floor damage, and the floor damage will make us slow around everywhere, if I'm not mistaken. We'll start to realize the floor damage once the tires get worn out. And now going into the same corner, Perez wants to make a move. Russell is now into the pits to change his front wing, but we're losing slightly places. We are slightly slower. I can feel the less downforce. But now going back on Perez, the number 1. We try to make a move, but not quite successful as I thought it would be. And we actually, but we're ahead of Perez. But now going on to the same, but now being in the same lap, we have Perez trying to go for a move once again, and he's quite successful, you know. Now we're into P5. We won't go for a move on him again. Now you have Ocon behind us, trying to go for a move, limiting him the space that he needs to not get even more floor damage, and maybe even get out of the race, because it will be too much uncontrollable. But now the 2 Alpines will make a sandwich from us, and we are 3 wide into the corner, and we bang tires. We don't have damage, hopefully, and we we come out in first place. Things are exactly as they were, if I'm not mistaken. We lost that much time for basically nothing. I think Gasly not gonna switch the places, but we remain the same. This is lap number 8 out of 29. This much action has been happening in the race, but now Gasly goes on for a move once again onto the last corner, last proper corner, and he is quite successful making the move. But now, lap number 11, Ocon tries to go for a move on the weirdest place of the track, and we get even more floor damage, and they filled straight away. We basically have no floor grip, no underfloor grip. The floor now gives us almost no grip. We're going to feel it here as well, as I a bit overshoot the corner. We don't slow down that much. The floor doesn't really slow you down, but it does a little bit. But we don't have cornering grip. I can really feel the lesson effect of the cornering grip. And now this lap number 12, we have more than half of the race to go like this, and I think we can make it. But now going into the XS section, I'm trying to minimize the grip by turning it a bit earlier, and goes bad, and we actually spin around. And because of the flag obviously, but now we're down main place, and I think of retiring now. Russell is ahead of us. We spin again and Sargent, and we have no front wing, and this has done it. This, I'm going to retire. I just can't take it anymore. I'm choosing to retire like that, but it is what it is.
From Red Bull today, what a superb victory. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
This was the Miami Grand Prix, kind of redid what Lando Norris did with Gasly in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe even in 2022. But we have our first DNF with Esteban Ocon, who actually missed his DNF. We remain in the same place, both in the drivers and the constructors, so no worries about that. It would have been nice to get some points to be a bit more safer, but it is what it is. Going to check them once again quite fast. But this was the Miami Grand Prix. It was quite a... it wasn't a good race. Albon gains quite much on us. We have 11 points, he has 6 points. We have almost a double points of him, so we have quite a margin to spare. We go down on the claim level. We actually are 1 XP on the claim level 5. Enzo gets nothing, absolutely nothing, and we go down on the team claim level as well. But this was the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.